Good morning, children. So let's go for the exercise part of the remaining part of the lesson which I have completed in the previous class. Let's go for the question number 7. So the question is as follows. Dorji has a few bottles of soft drink in his restaurant, but unfortunately these are not labeled. Means they are not given any names. So he has to serve the drinks on the demand of the customers. One customer wants acidic drink, another wants basic, and third one wants neutral drink. So how will Dorji decide which drink is to be served to whom? Okay, so answer is very simple here. So since the drinks are edible, Dorji can take the decision by tasting the drinks. Okay, so if we taste them, all the solutions, so acidic drinks always will be sour to taste. Hence, he can identify the acidic drinks, and whereas the basic drinks will be better to taste, will be bitter to taste. Hence, he can identify that they are bitter drinks, whereas the neutral drinks will not be having any taste. So since that solution is neutral, so or else he can even identify by using the red litmus paper as well as blue litmus paper. If all the drops, each drop of all the solutions, if he is put on the blue litmus paper, if it turns into red, any solution turns into red, then the drinks will be acidic in nature, whereas the remaining two are what, neutral as well as base. So if he puts these drop of these two solutions, drinks on a blue litmus paper, if they red litmus paper, if they change into blue color, then one of them will be basic one, whereas the neutral solution will not change any color into red or blue since it is a neutral. So by this way he can identify the given solution is acidic, basic or neutral. So let's go for the next question, that is question number 8. Explain why an antacid tablet is taken when you suffer from acidity. So the question is very simple here. So already we know that the stomach releases large amount of hydrochloric acid in our stomach. So if the extra amount of acid is released into our stomach, so this is because of during acidity time we feel this. So excess amount of acid is produced in our stomach. Hence an antacid containing base such as milk of magnesia is added to that. So by in the form of tablet or injection. So these base react with the extra or excess amount of acid and neutralize the effect of acid and thus gives the relief from the pain. So this is the answer for the question number 8A. So second question is, calamine solution is applied on the skin when the ant bites. Okay, so here already we know that when ant bites, it injects formic acid into our skin. So this gives us lot of pain. So to make the pain relief from that, so calamine solution means which contain a base called zinc carbonate, which is a basic in nature, should be applied on the skin. So it neutralizes the effect of the formic acid and gives us relief from the pain. So third question is, factory waste is neutralized before disposing it into the water bodies. Okay, the question answer is very simple. So already we know that the factory waste contains many of the acids which are released from the factories. So if therefore when these water along with the acids combined with it directly, if it is supplied to the water nearby sources, so hence definitely it is going to affect the harmful lives. So in order to reduce this, these wastes should be treated with the bases which can neutralize the effect of acidic substances and it will convert into neutral manner. Okay, this is how the chemicals before releasing into the water bodies can be neutralized before it is disposed to water bodies. This is the answer for the 8th question, C. Okay, so let's go for the question number 9 and 10, both are there. So question number 9 is here. 3 liquids are given to you. One is hydrochloric acid, another one is sodium hydroxide, and the third one is sugar solution. So 3 liquids they have given to you. How will you identify them? So you have only turmeric indicator. So one indicator is given to you. You have to identify those, separate them separately. So the technique is simple. So you have to put each drop of hydrochloric acid, then sugar solution, and the sodium hydroxide on a turmeric indicator. So if the liquid which changes the color of the turmeric indicator to red is basic in nature, as I discussed in the properties of acids and bases, so that's why the given solution, if it turns into red color, then the given solution, anyone among these solution is basic. So here sodium hydroxide is basic. So look at the reaction here, turmeric indicator plus sodium hydroxide, directly it forms a sodium hydroxide, that is with the change in the color to red color. So now hydrochloric acid and one more is sugar solution is left. How do you identify identify that one. Now we will put a drop of sodium hydroxide on a drop of each of the two liquids which are the remaining. Okay, those are hydrochloric acid and one more is turmeric indicator. Again we will put the turmeric indicator on each of these solutions. If it changes into red indicator, turmeric indicator changes to red color containing sugar solution, this is because of the mixture of basic as well as neutral solutions is basic in nature. Hence, on the other hand, the drop will not change into color of the turmeric indicator which contains the hydrochloric acid. So this is because the hydrochloric acid reacts with sodium hydroxide to form a neutral solution. So let me make you understand by through the reaction here. It's quite simple. Sodium hydroxide plus hydrochloric acid or sugar solution. Two solutions are left. Okay, already we know the sodium hydroxide we identified. When they are combined, one drop of sodium hydroxide, when it is put on hydrochloric acid or a sugar solution, it forms a mixture of these two. Okay, if that mixture turns into on that mixture, if you add a drop of turmeric solution, there are two possibilities are there. If there is no change in the color, then definitely it is acid, hydrochloric acid. If it changes into different color, then it is sugar solution. Okay, just a simple technique here. So let's go for the question number 10. Blue litmus paper is dipped in a solution. It remains blue. What is the nature of the solution? Explain. Okay, so already we know that blue litmus paper, when it is dipped in a solution, okay, if it is acidic, it turns into red. If it is basic, it remains blue only. So here it remained blue only. Then what is the nature of the given solution? It's quite simple. As the blue litmus paper, when it is dipped in one solution, it remains blue, means it is basic solution only. So but there is one more chance is there. What is that? So it may be a basic solution as well as even in the neutral solution also it does not change its color. Okay, so this we further we can identify by putting this drop of solution which is given mentioned here on a red litmus paper. Okay, blue litmus paper, it remains blue after dipping into solution, but the solution is either basic or neutral in nature. By using a red litmus paper, we can again check it whether the given solution is acidic or basic or further neutral. Okay, so let's go for the last part of this here. So that is, if we put one drop of solution on the red litmus paper of the solution mentioned here, if it turns into blue, then it is basic. If it does not change into any color, then it is neutral solution. There are only two possibilities are there for this solution. Okay, yes, let's go for the last question, that is consider the following statements and identify which is the correct one among these. Okay, first one is both acids and bases change the color of all indicators. Is it right? Check out. If the indicator gives the color change with the acid, it does not give the change in the color with the base. If indicator changes color with base, it does not change the color with acid. So change of color in an acid and a base depends on the type of the indicator. Okay, so what are the which of these statements are correct? So finally the fourth one, D option is correct. So the change of the color of any acid and any base depends on the type of indicator we use. Okay, so dear students, I hope the exercise part you have understood. Okay, in the next class we'll go for the next lesson. Okay, I'll start with the next lesson. So write down these question answers properly and try to read them and write the general statements properly and reactions too. Okay, thank you and have a nice day.